The chaos continues as your pal, Avenger Green, takes another look at Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers issue 3. And this is your only warning. This issue is absolutely metal. Seriously, this has to have one of the most badass moments I've seen in a comic book all year. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start talking about the issue. So, we see the fall of Sparkplug telling Carly that her father was killed. There's naturally a lot of grief and confusion from both parties, which isn't helped by Laserbeak breaking into the house and trying to kill them. Luckily, Cliffjumper comes in clutch and beats the Birdbot. Unfortunately, Sparkplug doesn't really see a distinction between the Autobots and Decepticons, and blasts Cliffjumper in the head with a shotgun, running off with Carly, despite her protest. Back at the Ark, we get some more hinting at the disarray between the cons. Soundwave's having a hard time using the archaic technology of Earth to fix up Teletran 1. And when he makes mention of Megatron, Starscream flips out and backhands him for mentioning that name. But before this turns into a Lifetime original movie starring the Decepticons, Laserbeak sends back info about Cliffjumper, and Skywarp is dispatched to deal with him. We cut back to Sparkplug and Carly, and we learn that the cons have placed some kind of jamming field over the area. As according to Sparkplug, the phones, the internet, and the radios aren't working, so the town is effectively cut off from the rest of the world. They go back to the bar from issue 1, where a bunch of Sparkplug's old war buddies have assembled there with their own weapons. Carly tries telling them that there are some good robots, but even knowing that, Sparkplug brings up the point that even if there are different factions, they are clearly at war, and the humans are going to be caught in the middle. When the shooting starts, people die. Remember this line for later. Cliffjumper arrives at the bar and tries to clear up the air, but he's shot again. And because apparently this is the day in the universe decided that Cliffjumper can't catch a break, Skywarp then shows up and starts wrecking shit. And yeah, the militia is kind of no match for a Seeker. But before Skywarp can end up killing both Carly and Cliff, Optimus and Spike arrive, with Prime straight up ramming into the teleporting Seeker, or dropping off Spike in the process. We get a pretty awesome battle between the two, with Skywarp using a clever use of his teleportation powers. There's teleporting his hand behind Optimus's head and slamming him onto the ground. But of course, this is a Prime we're talking about, and he's not going to lose to Skywarp of all cons. And he ignites his Energon Axe in one awesome, also really cool panel. However, unfortunately, this is where Sparkplug's little militia decides to intervene, firing an RPG that injures Optimus's arm, and Skywarp blasts at it critically injuring Prime. Spike tries rushing to Optimus in order to help him out, but unfortunately, that's when Sparkplug orders his boys to start firing some lead at both Optimus and Skywarp. And unfortunately, Spike ends up getting shot in the crossfire. Just like Sparkplug said, when the shooting starts, people die. Naturally, Optimus has had enough of your kind and have played with this planet enough. I will have no more of it. Yes, you are seeing this right. Optimus rips off his own injured arm and uses it to beat the shit out of Skywarp. This is the most metal thing I think I've seen in a comic all year long. Seriously, how can you look at this and not see how awesome this is? However, after that awesome moment, Optimus looks down to see the bleeding Spike, recalling the deer he stepped on the last issue. No doubt really driving home to the big bot just how, fragile your gag life on Earth is. Sparkplug, in tears, shouts at Optimus not to touch his son. But the issue ends with Prime telling Sparkplug that he's gonna save his boy. So, that's Transformers issue 3, and what more can I say? The last two issues were great, but this issue was simply spectacular. We got what is probably one of the most badass things any version of Optimus has done. A fantastic balance between the cool robot action, the heartfelt emotions, and the character drama. And do I even need to say that the art is fucking awesome? Anyone with functioning eyeballs should be able to see that just by the pages I've shown. This might end up just becoming my favorite comic of 2023. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification button so you know when I cover the next awesome issue. Until then, transform and roll out!